Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. This is my Pandora Black Friday 2022 haul. I'll put the information in the description for the dates and exclusions, but 30% off early access sales started today. So let's get started. The first item here is the Pandora Jewelry Care Kit, and I won't open it up as it's kind of old news. I think it's been out for a couple of years now, but this is the first time that I will be trying it out, and I will give you my feedback in one of my monthly videos. So the Pandora Jewelry Care Kit, 30% off. And now we will start with this bracelet here. So bigger box, you can tell it's a bracelet, and the one that I chose is the butterfly clasp. You've got that open cutout butterfly, and then it looks like two little hearts at the bottom there, upside down, make up the wings. You've got a little bit of CZs on the outside, but then on the back, look at that. It's just so beautiful. Pandora did a really good job with this clasp. And when I open it up, this is how wide the butterfly clasp opens up. It's not the easiest bracelet to put on, but it's not the most difficult either. And there is a little notch that this end goes into that needs a little bit of work to get inside there. So when you open it up, you've got to swoop it down like this and then around. So I think it's going to be fairly secure, because even if it does accidentally open up, it's going to take some work for that end to come loose. This is my spring bracelet design that I created this year, and it's very special for me. It just reminds me of my grandmother. So I'm going to be switching these charms over to this butterfly clasp over here, and I think that's going to work out really well. So we're going to open up the top row, and we'll start with this one here. And inside I have some Pandora Me pieces. This is the paperclip link that Pandora recently released for Pandora Me. And when I was younger, I definitely did create a paperclip bracelet for myself. So that's what this reminds me of. And it just brought a smile to my face when I first saw the pictures of this. And so I'm not sure yet which Pandora Me bracelet I'm going to be putting it on. I currently have 3 Pandora Me bracelets. This is my newest one, and it can definitely go on here. It already has the clear CZ link on here. This is the rhodium plated one that I have, and it already has a Pandora rose, just plain double link is what that is called. So I could put it on the other side here to kind of tie that in. And then the other one that I have is the silver, and it's got a little bit of black and blue on here. It's backwards. Here we go. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be adding it to this one. But I think, you know, as you start removing these links and adding others, I'm almost at the point where I could make another bracelet out of all my spare links. This new little ring connector here is the exact match to this one that I have at the end of this bracelet. So when I showed that I was going to be using this ring connector just as a way to kind of extend the bracelet so it was a little bit larger in size, I did have a commenter let me know that maybe it wasn't the wisest to put an open at the very end right here. That might not be super secure. So I thought with getting a match and having the 2 of them, what I can do is put them right here on either side of the larger links, just so that it's balanced. So that's what I'll be doing, is adding that to this, and then we'll see how it works out. So let's open up this next box here, and this is Sully. So it's a Disney Pixar charm, and there is some variation in this one. I looked at about 4 of them, and there is some difference in the enamel. I chose more of a pale teal colored enamel compared to some of the brighter ones. And as my sales associate pointed out, it did make his purple spots stand out nicely, having the more pale teal. But if you wanted a more vibrant one, there is options for that. And I have no reason to buy Sully other than I think he's really cute, and his personality reminds me of my dog. So Sully acts scary, but most of the time he's actually terrified. And I have a little half Chihuahua, half Maltese, and the Chihuahua makes him act scary, and the Maltese makes him act terrified. So this charm reminds me of my dog. There's something about him I've always liked. He makes me smile, and Sully is really sweet. Look at the color of enamel. It's very different for Pandora. His little horns, the way he's got his hands like he's trying to scare somebody, but looking at his face, you know that's impossible. The little purple spots. Here is his feet and his tail at the bottom. And then if I rotate him this way, actually let's flip him over here. So from the back you can see the Disney Pixar and then the Pandora right there. And then you've got those raised kind of bumps along his back. And yeah, they did a really good job with all of his details. And I like the purple dots as well. So this is my second Pixar Disney charm. My first is the Up House Dangle, and I recently purchased this one, and I think Sully and the balloons look really nice together, especially that teal balloon right there in the center. They're a really nice match on a bracelet. One thing to note about Sully is he is a flipper. So I think I will be using Pandora Lady's trick of kind of putting in a little bit of a silicone stopper inside the charm to keep him in place, but we'll see. We'll see how much he flips when you're actually wearing him on your wrist. Last box in the top row, and I purchased another one of these beautiful muranos. It's the Opalescent Ocean Blue Murano, and it was recently released this summer. And these muranos are stunning. Pandora did a fantastic job with them. This is the one that I picked out in the store. I looked at about 5 or 6 of them. I was trying to find one that had a lot of green to it. So I did choose the one that I thought had the most green. As you know, that's my favorite color. And they're all winners. Like if you order these online, I would not be worried about which one you're going to be receiving. They're so similar now. And just for fun, let's compare them to the muranos that I purchased earlier. So these two here I purchased at different times. So all 3 were purchased separate occasions in the store. This is the newest. I think this is my first one, and then this one is my second that I purchased later on. And look how close they all are. They're so pretty. So let's move on to the middle row, and we'll open this first box here. And inside, oh, okay, this little cutie, I knew I was going to be adding him to my collection sooner or later. This one is called Ocean Bubbles and Waves Octopus. And this little octopus also has some variation. So if you are fussy, do pick yours out in store. Some of the blue enamel is more like a stripe. Some are a little bit more solid with polka dots in it. The one I chose has this really neat little pattern that kind of reminds me of waves or flames, if you want to say, and then some polka dots going all the way around. So there is some variation on the enamel work on this one. Look at his blue eyes. This is such a sweet charm. I knew I was going to be adding this one to my collection. There's the heart right there in the center underneath, and yeah, it's super cute. So I have another charm in my collection that I thought would pair well with this. They're not an exact match of blue, but it is the narwhal charm. And take a look at that watery blue enamel on him, and then we've got the octopus. So even though they're not a perfect match, I think they're going to look really cute together on a bracelet. And here it is with one of the opal muranos in the center. So very colorful, very playful. So now let's open up this box, and inside I have a ring, but not just any ring. I picked out the Goals ring. So this is a Pandora Me ring, and it's actually a really good value at 30% off. It's less than $40. And it's like an open ring at the back. You can see how it just loops like that. So as you can see, the ring does have some height to it, but because it's open, it's not really chunky looking. And yeah, there's something about this ring and the goals. I make goals for myself. I make lists for myself. I have a little notebook that I'm always keeping track of these things. And this ring has always spoken to me. So I decided to get it in this Black Friday sale. So let's look at it really close here. As you can see, the letters have some grooves in them, and I think that makes it stand out. I'm really glad that Pandora did that rather than having them smooth and shiny. And the hallmark is on the back there, and I just think it's a really fun ring. So really happy that I did pick this one up. Last box in the middle row, and inside here, you guys, I've finally got Mickey. So if you've been following my Disney bracelet, It's my classic Disney bracelet that has the black and the red and a little bit of white. I have been flirting with Mickey for quite a while. This is the bracelet that I mentioned, and I've got Minnie right in the center here. And then I was gonna get Mickey, but instead I picked up Pluto. And then as you can see, I just have the black and the red and white. And then on the other side here, I have Patch. And Mickey is gonna go where Patch is. I've got a different idea in mind for Patch. And yeah, it's gonna be super nice to complete this bracelet. I think with Mickey, I'm gonna be leaving this bracelet alone. I don't think I'm gonna be changing things. All of these charms are not necessarily Disney. Like I've got the mother and daughter red heart on either side, but I like the balance of it. I like those charms, and I just think it's like a really nice bracelet the way it is. So I think I'm gonna be leaving it alone for now and just adding Mickey. So here is Mickey, and Mickey recently had a price increase. He used to be $10 cheaper, so with the 30% off, I'm kind of making up some of that difference. I wish I had purchased him before the price increase though. You can see he's got his little red pants there. He's got a super happy look on his face, as Mickey Mouse does. And this is the back of the charm. You've got his little tail kind of going upwards, and I love his ears. But the best part about Mickey is that they used enamel for his eyes and his nose, and he really stands out. So now we're on the top row, and let's open up this box here. And this is one of the new winter release charms. And this one is called Celestial Snowflake. This one confused me a little bit when I first saw it. I didn't know if it was supposed to be a star or a snowflake. And based on the name that Pandora gave it, they're trying to make it seem like it could be either or. So right in the center of the charm, you can see there's a 5-point star. And then around that star, you've got 8 points. So that's, to me, is more star related than snowflake, but it says it gives the effect of a snowflake, which I guess it could be, but it's still a really pretty open work charm. At the top of the charm, you have some open stars, and then it repeats on both sides. And here it is next to the new snowflake charm, so with the little dangles, and I think they're a really nice size comparison. They're going to be a nice match on a bracelet. Let's open up this next box here, and this is another charm from the new winter release. Pandora is calling this charm the Celestial Galaxy Star Murano, and there is some variation in this one. I think Riri Baby mentioned that in one of her videos. I looked at about 3 of them, and the one that I chose had the most sparkle to it, and was a little bit lighter of a blue compared to some of the others. And the sparkle almost has like a purple glitter to it. And I'm not sure if that's going to pick up with the camera here, but you can see how much sparkle is in this charm. It's an asymmetrical star dangle. And then the bail is so nice. They use some clear CZs in the shape of stars, and it just goes around. You've got the 3, I'm going to call them claws. So you got the 3 claws that are holding the Murano glass in place. And then a nice extra touch is the back of the charm isn't smooth silver. They actually put a pattern of stars on the back. So you can still see that Murano glass peeking through with the sparkles. So unfortunately, my store was sold out of the new Snowflake Muranos, and it was also sold out of this snow globe. So I would have to buy those online, but I'm going to be redoing my winter bracelet designs and just kind of refreshing them a little bit. So I do have one of these Muranos, and I wanted to get 2 more because I wanted to have 3 of them. But I will be redoing this bracelet, and I think I'm going to be combining the charms with this other bracelet design here. And this design I've had together for quite a while. So I think the dark blue with this kind of melted ice look, I think that's going to be so pretty together. So I'm going to be combining some charms and creating a new bracelet design with these. And then I'll kind of reassess and see whether or not I would still need more duplicates of this Murano. Okay, the last box, and inside this is a charm that I've had on my wish list for a long time. And this one is called the Sparkling Starfish. And I'm kind of curious whether or not this charm is going to appear in the winter 50% off sale, just because it's been in Pandora's inventory for such a long time, but I didn't want to risk losing out on it. So I purchased it now for 30% off. And this is the only Pandora rose item that I purchased, and it is so pretty. Look at the Pandora rose combined with that teal CZ. And then the other CZs on this little starfish look like they could be clear or a really pale blue. I haven't quite decided yet. And then you've just got the plain bail, and I'm really happy they did a plain bail versus the CZ one, because I think it would have been a little bit too blingy. And then the back of the charm, you've got the little heart right in the center of the starfish and a little bit of texture detail. And this is how it looks with the Ocean Waves charms. And these are retired now. I managed to get one in the 50% off sale, and then I found a second one with the help of my local store. They gave me some information to track that one down. And look at the dangle, the color of the CZs with those charms. It's so pretty. So this is a start of a new Pandora bracelet design. Ever since I got this charm here, I've just been picturing this design in my mind, and I will keep you updated. So this is everything that I chose in my first visit to my Pandora store for the Black Friday sale. And leave me a comment below. Let me know if you're going to be partaking in this sale and what you're going to be choosing. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. Take care. Bye-bye.